Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Night Crew. Good to see you all again. It's another Tuesday night. I hope everybody is doing well. And we have our great panelist again with us tonight. We have Lamar Callahan, tutorsforyou.org, and the Queen of Collaborations, Angela Thomas Smith. Glad you both could be here. And we got some great topics lined up. So if you guys are ready, we will get into them. The first thing is Google fights scammers using Bard hype to spread malware. Google is suing scammers who are trying to use the hype around generative AI to trick people into downloading malware, the company has announced. In a lawsuit filed today in California, the company says individuals believed to be based in Vietnam are setting up social media pages and running ads encouraging users to download its generative AI service Bard. The download actually delivers malware to the victims, which steals social media credentials for the scammers to use. Defendants are three individuals whose identities are unknown, who claim to provide, among other things, the latest version of Google Bard for download. The lawsuit reads, defendants are not affiliated with Google in any way, though they pretend to be. They have used Google trademarks, including Google AI, and Bard to lure unsuspecting victims into downloading malware onto their computers. The lawsuit notes that scammers have specifically used promoted Facebook posts in an attempt to distribute malware. Malware has been around for a long time, and it can really wreak havoc on your computer, and it can even get into your email program, and you can send it out through emails or send it to people on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. So that's a serious thing. So I imagine for companies as big as Google, they probably spend millions of dollars every year just trying to fight that. I would guess. So what do you think? Lamar, you want to go first?
Yeah, that's a serious.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Angela. Ladies first.
Angela, go ahead.
Angela, go ahead.
Oh, after he said Lamar, so I stopped. But okay, like I was saying, we come across this a lot on social media, Facebook. There's a lot of people set up fake accounts, and they'll send you something saying that your account is in violation, and then they'll have a link for you to click on to verify your stuff. And all the time is they're trying to get your information. They're trying to get you to go to this page, and then they tag so many people, and then you go over to their page, there's nothing there, so you know automatically know that they're a scam. Like, and it's crazy because you report it to Facebook and they don't do nothing about it. They they say, well, it doesn't go against the company, the community standards. It don't go against the community standards. Like, what is the community standards? If I'm reporting that somebody is trying to defraud somebody, trying to get somebody to click on these fraudulent scamming links, it is that's not against community standard. Like, what is community standard on social media, on Facebook, in it anyway? Because I come across this all the time, and Apostle, I know she come across it a lot too. But that's the thing, and I'm like, if these people can take this much time to set up pages and to do all the stuff that they go through to try to scam these people and to get their information, they can be doing something else with that talent. productive.
That's for sure.
That's all I got to say.
Okay, Lamar.
Well, you're absolutely right, Steve. You know, thieves cost businesses a ton of money, and a company like Google is spending, millions, if not billions, on protection. Uh, if you have something good, somebody's trying to find a way to take advantage of what you have. And that's still the same thing with Windows. It's been out for, how many decades, and people are still trying to figure out a way to create bugs for that. And the motivation is to steal your identity. That's why people are saying get a VPN to block others from seeing what's on your computer. I'm not really comfortable with AI yet. I've signed up for Bard to be a beta tester, but I'm just not comfortable, so I never went forward with it. So, because I'm not comfortable, I just didn't use it. And so I'm not, just like Angela was saying about with Facebook's, community standards. I've been hit with that a few times. And when it says to go in this link and that link, I'm really skeptical about hitting all these links, because sometimes when you hit these other links, it takes you to a site that's really not where you should be going. And then you open yourself up to malware and scammers, and it just might take you down the rabbit hole to where you just might be letting someone into your computer that you really did not need to be in your computer. Yeah. So you really don't know until you experience it. So you have to be really careful with what you do. The online world is a jungle.
It is. It is.
And
yeah, you got to be careful about everything.
It's hard to wear a condom online.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's getting to the point where you can't hardly trust anybody. It's sad, but it's getting to that point. All righty.
Right.
Let's see what's next on the agenda. Biden and Xi will sign a deal to keep AI out of control systems for nuclear weapons. U.S. President Joe Biden and his Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping, are set to sign a deal limiting the use of artificial intelligence in nuclear weapon control systems, according to the South China Morning Post. The leaders are due to meet Wednesday at the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in San Francisco, against a backdrop of increasing tensions between the superpowers. Biden and Xi will pledge a deal limiting the use of AI in autonomous weaponry, such as drones, as well as the systems used for the control and deployment of nuclear warheads, the report said. Now, when you think about the possibility of missiles and bombs and nuclear weapons being controlled by AI instead of humans, now that takes the crazy level and the fear factor to a whole new place. Can you imagine how AI can really start and fight a war from countries that could do that easily? We could face a future of AI in Russia, fighting AI in the United States, and fighting AI in China, and who knows, it get out of human control. I mean, that's sounds like something from the Twilight Zone if you think about it, but it's becoming a reality. At least a possibility. So, what do you think about that? Angela?
I just think certain stuff AI don't need to be involved in. Everything don't need to have control by a machine. Some stuff still need the human touch, and they're gonna have to figure out what glad that they keeping the AIs out of the nuclear weapons, because that could be very dangerous. Because they already got videos out where some of these robots and stuff have been turning on people. They said over in, I forget where it was at, but it was a video floating around on TikTok that said that these robots was dismantled. It was four of them, and they said they had dismantled all. They had dismantled three, and they were starting to dismantle the last robot. And one of the robots had begun to put itself back together because it had connected to a satellite that was roaming, and it connected to that satellite and figured out how to assemble itself, and it assembled itself, and people got killed. And it was a video floating around on TikTok. So this could be very dangerous. So
Yeah.
I just wish they would thread thin and tread lightly when they deciding what they're going to use and what they're going to put with AI.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
All righty. Lamar?
This story reminds me of two movies. One is the actor, I can't remember his name. He plays the lead actor in the movie Ferris Bueller. And the movie was War Games, where the game essentially is AI, and he's trying to figure out how to win a thermonuclear war. And after the machine realizes that there really is no winner in a thermonuclear war, he just simply says, do you want to play a game of chess? But the other film, which the name escapes me, it's with Henry Ford, who's the president of the US. And Walter Matthau is a right-wing nut who believes that it's feasible to have a nuclear war, and believes that the problem is a fuse went out. We just didn't figure it out in time. And so we actually go into a situation where there is a nuclear thermal war between the US and Russia. And Henry Ford is the president. Excellent film. And each person that I know who's watched the film that's a veteran says, Lamar, you know that this could happen today. And I'm like, yes, I do know. I wish I could remember the name of the movie, but I'm glad to know that these two leaders are doing this pact. But it's sad that more people don't know about this article, because it really is this article is talking about real world situations that can happen at any moment today.
Yeah.
And it's as serious as a car accident right outside your house, or are you just getting in your car driving outside your driveway? It's an accident waiting to happen. It's that serious. That's all I have.
Yeah. Let's hope that they can agree, you know. And even if they agree, who knows if either one of them can really trust the other, you know. All right.
Yeah. Well, it's not a matter of agreeing, you know, because after you agree, it's a matter of having someone with the keys to believe that there's an actual problem, and having someone to have the knowledge or the wisdom to say there is a real problem here. Let's not let this go forward.
Yeah.
That's the real backstop. It's one thing to have a nut in the White House that says let's go ahead and have a war, but we need to have someone with the keys that says, wait, we got a nut in the White House. We need to stop this. And that's why we need to have intelligent people behind the key or in front of the key in those missile silos.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm sorry.
Sure. All righty. Thousands rally in Israel demanding Netanyahu's resignation as government seeks to crush dissent. I say it's about time. Thousands of Israelis took part in rallies across the country on Saturday evening, demanding the government secure the immediate release of the hostages held in the Gaza Strip. Demands for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's resignation were widespread. The main rally took place in Tel Aviv, with demonstrators marching to the Israel Defense Forces headquarters in the city. People lambasting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government for doing nothing to secure the hostages release, barely mentioning them in the 5 weeks since October 7th. The police have banned any protest in solidarity with the Palestinians in Gaza, arresting several dozen anti-war demonstrators on public order offenses. On Thursday, they arrested 4 former Arab Israeli legislators who had planned to hold a demonstration against the war, with the court ordering their remand for a further 4 days. Such rallies have been violently dispersed in Haifa, Jerusalem, and Al-Fahm. You know, I say it's about time that they demand Netanyahu resign. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm glad to see that there is at least a resistance to him in Israel, because there's plenty of resistance against him around the world. I mean, he's a war criminal. He's a nut job. He's a psychopath, and he needs to be stopped. So whatever it takes, I hope it happens soon. What do you think? Lamar?
I agree with you. Amen. You know, I totally agree with you. And I wish that our Congress people knew about this story before, and they did not silence Congresswoman Tlaib. We need more people to stand up against him, Netanyahu, that is. And we need to have a greater sense of backbone to the Yiddish people to understand that they do not need that. Yes, you can talk about the Yiddish people and it is not an offense. And it doesn't mean that just because you talk about them, that you mean that you're a Nazi because you talk about them. Yes, you saying something about them and what they do does not mean you're a Nazi. Netanyahu needs to resign, needs to be put in jail for war crimes. What he does, what he has done, is
Criminal.
Unthinkable. It is. It's criminal, and he needs to be locked up and the key thrown away for several years. And I'll leave it there.
All righty, let's hope it happens. Angela?
Yeah.
Well, I must say I agree with y'all. I totally agree. And I'm glad that finally something is being done. I don't have much to say about this. But I agree with you guys, and I'm glad that something is finally being done.
Yeah. Lamar, did you get another dog? I thought your dog was a lot bigger than that.
No, he's the same one. We're just at a new location.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we're just at a new location.
All righty, let's see what else is going on here. VIP elite panic after feds release client list naming powerful pedophiles. Some of the world's most powerful people are panicking following news that the client list of an elite pedophile ring is about to be made public. As the People's Voice exclusively broke the news earlier this week, several big pharma executives, professors, doctors, and government officials have been arrested by authorities during an operation targeting VIP sex trafficking ring. Acting U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts, Joshua Levy, announced the results of the operation and detailed the VIP clients involved in the ring. They are doctors, they are lawyers, they are accountants, they are executives at high-tech companies, pharmaceutical companies, they're military officers, government contractors, professors, scientists. Levi told reporters, peak of profession are probably represented in this case. Now, this sounds like another Jeffrey Epstein story. I mean, this time there are a few names being revealed and people getting arrested. So, let's hope more of them get arrested. And hopefully someday we'll get the names on Jeffrey Epstein's list and arrest some people. Hopefully. What do you think?
Yes. I can't wait to the list is, if they don't release the names, I would love for them to release the faces. That would be wonderful. A public shaming, just like on Game of Thrones. Shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Names and faces.
Yeah. Names
and faces. This, in fact, I would love to see a public. Yes, I would love to see a public to go as far as a public execution of what's the word of
Pedophile?
dissecting the parts.
Oh, okay.
Say again.
I said
Yes,
pedophiles.
a
I thought
public
that's what
display of, yes, for the for the males. I think they should all be chopped off. They should all be chopped off and do something for the women as well. This is a horrendous uh, act. It's there's nothing more horrendous than the exploitation and the endangerment of a child and the long-term effects of what it does on a child. And then you have government officials in this. I'm not going to mention any names, but just the people that are involved in this. This is, people want to say that, I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm not even going to say anything further. But that's a sickness that goes without saying that maybe beheading is a little too much, but certainly they need to be castrated. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Castration should be within range or of the punishment.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
What do you think, Angela?
Boy, I I totally agree. They should put them all over. They should post them everywhere. Every time you turn around, you should see one of them. I want to see all of them. I want them to be shamed. I want people to know who they are because this is crazy. These people been getting away with this for a long time.
Yeah.
All the stuff that they've done in the dark is surely coming to the light, and they need to be embarrassed. They need to be embarrassed for all this stuff that they done to these children and taking advantage of these kids.
Yeah.
Sad. I'm just sitting here thinking about this last thing that they had I seen on YouTube where they talking about these people wanted kids so that they could actually eat the kids. They wanted to eat the kids.
Really?
They wanted to eat them. Like they some nasty, sick human beings.
Wow.
I'm talking about you hear some of the stuff that these people say they want to do to them kids.
Yeah. I hadn't
And then
heard that
they
one.
get mad. Yeah. Yeah, you go to YouTube, you'll see a bunch of these things that they be setting up stings where they get these people, they catch these people, and they you figure out what they why you wanted a 13-year-old, why did you want a 7-year-old, and that man literally said he was gonna eat them like what's his name, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they
Right.
man. These people say that stuff out their mouth. These some sick individuals. Like
Yeah.
it take a sick person, a fully developed person, to want to do anything. I don't care what it is, to want to do anything with a child. And you're not
Yeah.
talking about you talking about as young as 18 months. These nasty sick individuals be messing with these kids.
Yeah.
It takes sick individuals to do that. So they need to be shamed. They need to be
Yeah.
brought to shame. And people need to know who they are. Why they keep
Yeah.
getting off. They keep getting off, and then they get to go back and do it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, they need to stop that. Years of that, up and down the 85 corridor, up and down from Florida all the way up to DC. It's known for that.
Yeah, put their names in the newspaper and their face. Let the public deal with it. I guarantee you there'll be some vigilante justice going on. And I guess that's what it would take, huh?
And they don't get no special treatment. Put them all in the news. Put them on billboards. Put them let everybody know who they
Yeah,
are. They need to be exposed. They don't
that's
need to
right.
get no pat on the wrist. They don't need to get no special treatment. They don't need to be put in no nothing, no protective custody. None of that. None of that.
I agree. I agree. All righty. Let's see what else is going on. Bill Gates. Now, here's a crazy story. Bill Gates predicts everyone will soon have a robot assistant. According to a report in Fortune, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates made a bold prediction for the future of artificial intelligence, arguing that every person will soon have a robot agent acting on their behalf. In the near future, anyone who's online will be able to have a personal assistant powered by artificial intelligence that's far beyond today's technology, Gates said. Agents are smarter, are proactive, capable of making suggestions before you ask for them. A billionaire tech entrepreneur argued that basically everyone will have a personal assistant adept at carrying out seemingly any task. Now, this is starting to remind me of the old cartoon, The Jetsons. Y'all remember that? Way back there, it supposedly took place in the future, and
Yes.
all this AI going around it, and all these things. That's what it reminds me of. Back to the Jetsons. They're finally coming around, and they got these flying cars they coming out with. And I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but I seen it on Facebook the other day. Somebody put a meme of a porta potty with propellers on it, like a helicopter porta potty. So, same kind of crazy, but nothing surprises me anymore. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
Lamar?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, it is possible for those that are willing to evolve. That could be possible. I mean, he they predicted a lot of stuff, and it has come to pass. We got all these robots in these restaurants now. We got restaurants that is fully ran by robots. It's evident right there in Texas. They have a McDonald's that is ran by nothing but robots. And then they have a gas station that is ran by nothing but robots. So they're showing you that it's possible, and they are slowly but surely integrating these things into our everyday lives.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it past. I definitely wouldn't. And don't think that they're not in production. They talking about it, so you better believe that they behind the scenes producing these things as they're talking about it. They've
Oh,
been
yeah.
working on it. They're now
Okay.
leaking it out to us so that we can. But they've been working on it. We got all these robot vacuum cleaners. We got this robot this and robot that. Chick-fil-A got robots. They got robot servers. Pizza places in Atlanta. They all over the place.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's that kind of world these days, huh? What do you think, Lamar?
I there's a passage in the Bible where it says, if they can think about it, they can do it. And when you have the words from a visionary such as Bill Gates, you know he's putting his money or some of his money into projects such as this.
Yeah.
And we've seen for years that there are companies, back in Japan that were working on a dog. And that was years ago. They've passed the dog. So we've seen several movies and shows where, even though it's cartoons, think about it. Disney has been working on a robot for us for years, just for the shows. Hollywood's been doing it for years. So it's not a far stretch to think that there's going to be a robot in a person's home. Now, we're already talking about AI and the advances there. So if the president of the US and China are already talking about AI messing with our bombs, why would we not be concerned with the issue of AI in a robot helping you slip on a jacket or opening your front door, as you're coming home? It may not be the midwife in your, in the birth of your child or grandchild, but it'll be pretty doggone close. The concern at this point is thinking about the robots in the movie iRobot, and everybody keeps thinking about, the first commandment is don't hurt a human being. The first principle, the first directive, the eye of the robot cannot hurt a human being. Second one is I can protect the human being, but I can't do the first principle. So there's several movies already getting us ready for the AI robots to be in our lives. How soon is that? 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, 8 years? I believe it'll be in my time frame, and I'm older than dirt. So this story is real, and it's on the horizon, the near horizon, as I see it.
Yeah.
That's all.
I can't help but think of Commander Data. If you're a Star Trek fan, you remember Commander Data. He was a humanoid. I wouldn't mind having a Commander Data. He was pretty cool. He'd come in handy.
Yes.
But then he had an evil
Another
brother.
AI creation.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember, he had an evil brother finally come on. Right. All righty.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Yeah.
Last but not least, FBI struggles to dismantle relentless cybercrime gang Scattered Spider. The U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation is working to dismantle a relentless cybercrime gang that has been wreaking havoc on corporate America for the past 2 years. This group, known by some as Scattered Spiders, has been linked to the devastating cyber attacks on casino operators MGM Resorts International and Caesars Entertainment last September. American cybersecurity firms, including CrowdStrike, Alphabet's Mandiant, Palo Alto Networks, and Microsoft, have been working tirelessly to respond to these breaches and assist law enforcement. However, the FBI's investigation has been hampered by a shortage of manpower, and many victim companies have been hesitant to cooperate with the FBI, often choosing to hide intrusions rather than report them. And lastly, the loose-knit nature of the hacking group, which operates in small clusters, has made it difficult for the FBI to coordinate its efforts across various field offices. Now, this is another one of those things that's really, really hard to deal with. There's a lot of hackers out there, and I've heard about the things they've been doing to the casinos and holding them hostage for millions of dollars, not releasing their information or selling the information. I mean, hackers have been around for a long time, and they're certainly getting a lot smarter. So I'm sure things like this are going to continue to happen. And potentially a group of hackers could call the Pentagon and say, we're going to shut you all down, and it's going to cost you $1 million to get everything back up. So it's a serious.
Didn't they do that to us one time before? They did that with the pipeline, didn't they? Then they hacked into the pipeline and shut the pipeline down. That's when we had that little problem with the gas or oil or whatever it was. This ain't been too long ago. This happened, and they tried to blackmail us, try to get some millions. I forget how much it was, but that's what they doing.
Yeah.
And there's been some hackers that have been hacking into banks. They said they was hacking into banks and getting millions of dollars out of the ATM.
Yeah,
they said they was hitting them. They said they was hitting them banks left and right, and they would be hitting them at the same time. I'm talking about in different parts of the country. They was hitting them ATMs like it was nothing. But this is the world we living in. People rather try to scam and scheme and scam instead of getting it the right way and using them gifts the right way.
That's for sure. One more.
Well, it's similar to the crimes we talked earlier about with the just a second. We spoke about the hacker. Well, these are hackers.
Yeah.
We spoke about hackers earlier today, and it's just this is just a different group as far as we know, and hackers have the same motivation to steal. To steal, take something that belongs to somebody else, and let's be glad that the FBI is on the job, and let's hope that the House does not take more money from the FBI. They're already being attacked by our right-wing House of Representatives, and hopefully they can get more money to get more manpower to fight this great threat to American businesses. But this is a clear and present danger to American businesses and American safety, because like Angela just mentioning how there's a pipeline that was shut down. It's one thing to be a pipeline, it's another to be a electrical grid or a bridge, or shopping at a store when I'm trying to buy something. So just a joke, but seriously, hackers pose a serious threat to our economy. and we
Yeah.
really do not need this. That's all I have.
All righty.
That's all I have.
Well, we covered all our subjects. It doesn't take long when there's only three of us, does it? So, all righty. Lamar, you want to tell everybody what you got going on, brother? That's your nonprofit.
Well, I am Lamar Callahan. I am the founder of tutorsforyou.org. We provide live online tutoring for children and adults for simply $5 an hour worldwide. Our tutors are experienced teachers from around the world. We pride ourselves to be professionals, and our service is tutorsforyou.org. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so we do accept donations which are tax deductible to you. And we're not asking that you give us $500. We are happy to receive $20 a month. And thank you for this evening, and thank you, Steve, for this show.
All right, thank you. Angela?
So I am the Queen of Collaborations, officially known across these social media streets. I am the founder and CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine and the Crew Podcast. My desire is just to be the change that I desire to see in this world. I pride myself in networking and collaborating. Currently working on a new project. I'm trying to bring some hope to some individuals, some queens that are incarcerated. Oftentimes we find individuals that's incarcerated around the holidays and they don't have family on the outside, or family has separated themselves because of maybe the crimes that they have committed. But they are people too, and they deserve a second chance, despite what we may feel. I am trying to bring them some hope, and some encouragement during the holidays. So I will be sharing some poetry, some inspiration, me and some of my fellow writers. So look forward to that book coming out. And the title of it is The Forgotten Queens. Just wanted to brighten someone's holiday that may feel like they're not loved at this time. But of course, if you would like to support anything that I do, you can check me out over at Linktree, Queen of Collaborations. Like always, Steve, I thank you for allowing us to come on and share our perspective and to chime in on current topics. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I'm Steve Holder. I'm your host of this show and Friday Night Conversations. We always have a great guest on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And you want to check out my books, they're available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all the leading booksellers. And my website is steveholder2020.com. So check me out, and glad to see everybody here tonight. Thank you, Lamar. Thank you, Angela. Hope to see you again Sunday. Hope you have a great week. Stay safe and stay happy. Everybody's tuning in. Thank you for tuning in again. Always glad to see you here. So spread the word about the night crew and tell them 1 million of your closest friends and a few thousand of your enemies. I don't know. Anyway, good night, y'all, and have a great week. See ya.
Good night.